Angie.
I love you.
I bridge food with the environment and a deeper connection to consciousness. Join me on Feed Earth Spirit.
I've been vegetarian since I was 14 years old and fully plant-based for the last 8 years. Now, when I made the switch, I did what anyone would do, and I turned to the internet for inspiration on how to cook delicious and nutritious plant-based foods. At the time, we were just beginning to see the boom in the online recipe development and blogging scene. But fast forward to today, and things are looking a little bit different. The internet is filled with inspiration to help you live a more healthy and sustainable lifestyle. Thanks to technology, it has never been easier to make the switch.
So how do you use tech to build a global community that catalyzes millions of people and businesses to do what's right for their bodies, the animals, and the planet? This man has the answer. Vikas Garg is the founder of Abillion, a social app that is a driver of positive change in food, beauty, and fashion. Their vision? A world with at least 1 billion people committed to plant-based living by the year 2030. It's a big dream, but if anyone is capable, Vikas and his team are. I sit down with the Singapore resident to find out more about how they're going to make this happen, as well as discover how Vikas came to walk the path of inspiring change for a better tomorrow.
All right, Vikas Garg, thank you.
Angie.
Thank you for being on the show. It's so great to have you.
Very welcome. I'm delighted to be here.
So can you tell me about this incredible app and how does it work exactly?
Yeah, sure, Angie. So we started Abillion about 3 years ago with the idea that we wanted to just make plant-based options more readily available everywhere around the world. We wanted to build a community that in a way became a gateway to experience this sort of new movement that's going on around the world around plant-based and veganism. And we wanted to make it a lot more accessible for people. So we all have a very big mission at the company, which is to help 1 billion people around the world become vegan and go plant-based. And so we help people find food at restaurants, we help people find everything from information about packaged food products to things like beauty and wellness and even fashion. And we do that all through the medium of user-generated content. So just like Facebook or Instagram, we're really a voice that is the voice of a community. So it's people from around the world who are signing up, who are posting information and talking about what's happening in the plant-based space locally wherever they live, and talking about products and really working with companies hand in hand to really push this sort of movement around the world. It's very simple. It's like taking a photo and posting it on Instagram. So you might be sitting at a restaurant eating something vegan, you take a photo of it and boom, you post it as a dish review at a restaurant. And our whole idea behind that is most restaurants around the planet might have one vegan thing if you're lucky. And so we wanted to really create this meritocracy of vegan food and really show businesses around the world that, hey, like there's opportunity if you've got better and more plentiful vegan dishes. So you can review things, you can search for things, it's all on a map, of course. You can search for information about products, you can review products, it could be your favorite cosmetics product, or it could be something that you're wearing. And then you can find and discover all of those things and find new brands that you fall in love with.
I have to admit, I have gotten a little bit addicted to Abillion. I was just using it earlier and I actually discovered that there's a place nearby here that sells vegan pizza.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try this one. I'm gonna order this. Done. Okay,
Cool.
Lunch will be sorted. The whole being social for a good cause, right? Can you tell me how that integrates into the app?
When we started thinking about what we wanted to build, right, I felt there was a huge missing opportunity, that social media had become this big thing that brought people around the world together. But it kind of stopped there. And we just felt like these are companies and platforms that they bring people together. And inherently in that, there's a responsibility. But they fail on that responsibility. And we felt like there was an opportunity to really create something where we stood for something. We stood for social impact. We stood for sustainability. And we really built something that not only helped people make better decisions wherever they are in the world, right? And then, our goal really is to create that mindfulness and consciousness out of that, but also that intrinsically there's value in what we're creating. And how do we take that value and use it to transform society? There's a word that people, in our industry use, which is called gamification. Right? Gamification, and it's this idea that you figure out how to get users or our members to like use it more in a way, and we want to flip it on its head, right? We want to create habit, but the habit we want to create, we want to extend to the offline world, into mindfulness and consciousness, and really helping people make better decisions when they're out shopping and eating. But every single time you eat something vegan, every single time you buy a sustainable product, or whether that's a lipstick or a mascara or that's a pair of vegan shoes, we back that up with a donation. And then you can choose to donate that to one of 60 today. I think we have about 65 partners on our platform, and they range from organizations that are supporting children's literacy programs around the world, to marine life conservation, to just farm animal sanctuaries.
You have a feature in Abillion where you poke restaurants to basically ask them or nudge them to provide more plant-based options.
I'll give you a sense of what it is, and we call it poking. I wanted to call it prodding, because kind of like zapping the restaurant owner with a cattle prod, right? And well, so my team didn't really want to do that, right?
They had to hold you back.
That's the activist in me.
Yeah.
But we call it poking, and the idea is that how do we use consumer data, right? People are posting information on our platform. Can we use that information to actually create more of the world that our members want? That consumer feedback, that review, or that poke can send a signal to that business owner. Now, how do we do it, right? We spent a lot of time and investment in doing the research. We're sending that business, for example, if it's a Japanese restaurant in Tokyo, we're gonna send it, let's not think too hard, right? So like, if it's a Japanese restaurant in Tokyo, we're gonna send that, and you poke it, because you walk by the restaurant and you're like, wow, I wanna eat here. My friends told me about this place, but they have nothing vegan on the menu. So you open up the app and you poke that restaurant. And what we're gonna start doing is, on a completely automated basis, we're gonna be sending them, over the course of a year, hundreds of emails which have relevant information on vegan Japanese options. We're gonna send them the best rated vegan Japanese dishes from their competitors in Tokyo and around the world. We're gonna try to inspire them and show them that there's this consumer movement brewing. Hopefully they come back and they, add their own options, so they help strengthen the community. So we can then tell that person, hey, we can tell you that, hey, look, this restaurant went and, added this option. So in a way, that's really something that we're very passionate about.
Let's just rewind a little bit to your journey as a vegetarian and then as a vegan. So you were born a vegetarian?
I was born in Rajasthan, in a city called Jaipur. Most people think that all Indians are vegetarian. About 25% of India's 1.2 billion people are vegetarian. At the time, when I was a kid, milk was still scarce. It was like a luxury item. And like these days you go to an Indian restaurant, they put cream and paneer and everything, right? But it wasn't like that, right, before. And so we largely ate a lot of whole plant-based foods and grains. When we moved to America, all of a sudden, we were, in the 1980s, you had all these beautiful people on TV with their milk mustaches. You had a lot of advertising around dairy. And in a place like New York City, one of the easiest ways to be vegetarian was eat pizza, and, pastas, a lot of Italian food, a lot of street food. And that just became a norm for us. It became our new daily ritual, dairy, in a way. So fast forward into like my 20s, in my 20s, I just kind of went into crisis mode, because both my mom and dad got sick, and these are two people who had never drank, never smoked in their lives. One of them got cancer, breast cancer, and my father got heart disease, and he ended up, in getting a triple bypass. And, I just kept on asking myself, why do two very seemingly healthy people get so sick? And it all came back down to food. After really a lot of reflection, I just was like, where does the cholesterol come from? Where are the hormones that are contributing to breast cancer coming from, right? Where are all these imbalances coming from? Well, we're seeing papers in the States where 40% of women diagnosed in America now with breast cancer, right, are testing positive for antibodies to bovine leukemia. And well, so how do you have antibodies for bovine leukemia? Well, you're getting bovine leukemia, you're getting those hormones from cows. And so the only way to do that is through ingesting dairy, which is packed full of hormones from those animals. Now, the irony of it is why are the cows getting sick? The cows are getting sick because of what we're feeding them in these factory farms and these dairies. We're feeding them soy, we're feeding them grain, we're feeding them all of this other stuff that historically wasn't part of their diet. So they're getting sick and we're getting sick from it, right? And that really helped me kind of in my late 20s then make that move to go vegan.
I wonder how are your parents now?
They're vegan.
They are?
Yeah. So my mom went first. My father was extraordinarily resistant to the whole idea. Now they're healthy. Their cholesterol is at an all-time low. My dad's diabetes is gone. He doesn't test on the spectrum for diabetes. He doesn't have to take his blood tests every single day anymore. It's been amazing to see. And it's not just about their health, but the consciousness, it's on another level now, right? Where it just percolates into all of the decisions that they're making over the course of their day.
I'm going to end with the question about, you mentioned consciousness. I know you have a little thing that you do.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about this?
So yeah, in 2013, I was living in California, and I came across this book on enlightenment and mindfulness and meditation. And in this book, it talks about this practice that the Dalai Lama does every single day. And whenever he's walking and he sees someone or he enters a room, in his head, he takes an opportunity to give blessings to that individual. That just moment of sort of bestowing a blessing on something else and recognizing that individual, that person or that animal or that insect, and taking that opportunity to say something so positive helps him be very happy throughout the day. And I really enjoyed it. It's almost like a game for me. But what I found is it just puts a smile on my face every single time I do it, right? And it makes me feel connected with those people. And it's really just something that helps me stay really positive.
Vikas, thank you so much.
Thanks, Angie.
Thank you so much for speaking to me today. I wish you and your team all the best going forward.
Thank you, Angie.
Taking
Wish
over
you the
the
best
world.
too.
Thank you. I can't wait. You've got to let me know once you reach 1 billion users.
It's going to be a while, so hold your breath.
I don't know. I think it's going to happen sooner than you think.
By the way, Angie, your vegan pizza's here.
Amazing. Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Right? Okay, I'm gonna take a picture first before we dig in. And I'm gonna post it on your app.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
Okay, ready?
Cheers.
Cheers to 1 billion.
That's good. I love pizza without